besties, welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I thought we could do a fun cozy reading vlog. I realized I haven't done one in a hot minute, and I'm gonna be honest guys, I've been in a major slump, like not even reading but just a life slump, and I just haven't felt like vlogging or really doing anything. So we're trying to get out of that. I'm trying to get out of this funk, and I was reflecting on like books that I was reading last year, and this time last year I was finally reading The Infernal Devices. I know, I freaking love that trilogy. I literally think about those characters, I swear, at least once a month. And I've been in a kind of a slump, like I've said. So what better time to continue reading in the Shadowhunter universe? So the next book that I'm going to be reading is The City of Fallen Angels. I think that's what it's called. I transparently have zero idea what happens from here on out in the series, because when I was in middle school, I stopped reading after the first 3 books and The Mortal Instruments, so zero idea. I'm ready for this journey though. I'm planning on reading this book right now and then picking up the next 2. So that way I can like treat myself, go to Barnes & Noble or maybe an indie bookstore, do a quick browse and just treat myself. And that honestly sounds like a perfect fall day as well. So anyways, I just wanted to kick off this vlog. I've missed you guys. I hope you all have been doing well. I got these new glasses. They're huge on my face. I don't know how I feel about them. And yeah, can you guys believe it's fall? I can't. I literally can't, but it's my favorite time of year, so. Guys, I have a little reading check-in that I wanted to do. I'm literally only like 10% or something into this book. I'm enjoying it. I will say it feels like a nice warm hug. I'm so happy to be back in this universe. So I'm really happy that I decided to pick up and continue this series. But I don't know if this is just a my copy problem or if it's a known problem with this edition of the book. I think I have a misprint, or I know I have a misprint. I just don't know if it's a commonly misprint issue with this edition, the 4th book in particular. But I was reading last night, right, and I was on page 56 and I go to read the next page and it makes absolutely no sense. Like, I'm not understanding what's going on. It felt like I was missing a page. Turns out it was. I jumped from page 56 to 59, so I was missing pages 58 and 57, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Maybe it's just like an accident, I don't know. So I continue reading. I like kind of figured it out, you know, I get the gist of like I think what went down. I flip the page, right? So I'm supposed to be on page 60 and 61. Well, there's page 60, but then lo and behold, there is page 57 and 58. So it was basically in the incorrect order, which I thought, okay, that's like a bit strange and weird. And I was like, hopefully this doesn't happen a lot. Oh no, it happened like 5 more times within the span of 2 chapters, and I was just getting so annoyed because it was taking me out of my reading experience, because I would read and then I'd go to the next page and it doesn't make sense and I'd have to look down and be like, oh gosh, it's happening again, and I'd have to flip forward a few pages, read it, and then flip back, read that page, and then flip forward again a few pages. So it was just becoming annoying. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't happen again in the rest of this book. I like kind of flipped through and it looks like the rest are in order, but is this so anyways, is this a common issue with this book? Like, is this a common misprint, or is this just something that's recently started happening? I don't know. Anyways, I'm like 10% in. I'm really enjoying it. It's also interesting that we're getting a lot more POV chapters from Simon. I didn't expect that. I'm not upset by it, especially given that he's a vampire. So we're getting to kind of see that world a bit more and like what goes on over there and the politics there. So very interesting. And you know, it's just, it feels good. I did watch the movie last night for The Mortal Instruments, and I'm so upset, guys, that we never got more in this franchise with that cast, because I think Lily and Jamie were just the perfect Clary and Chase, and I'm just, that cast is who I envision when I'm reading these books, and I feel like we were robbed. I really do. So that's my little rant for this morning, but that little check-in of what's going on. guys, I forgot how bingeable the Shadowhunters books are because I'm already halfway through. I just was reading a bunch today and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm flying through this book. So I love that for me. It's always good for the reading goal. We love a bingeable book. But I will say I'm 50% through and not a lot has truly happened plot-wise. I feel like I guess we're setting up for these next 3 books and the Mortal Instruments grouping of them, because I do know this whole universe is so big, and I think Clary and Chase's books end at book 6. I could be wrong, but I think so. Basically we have the first 3 and then this set of 3, so I feel like this book is setting up for the next 2 books. Anyways, not a lot has happened. We finally got to like kind of a bad scene where Clary's in danger and it's gonna be like a rut-row situation. And then there's something spooky going on with Simon. He's getting stalked, he's getting harassed, people want to kill him, and yet the curse that's placed upon him protects him. So it's a very interesting little situation happening there. Clary and Chase, I don't know what is going on, but their communication sucks. Like, I just need them to have a second and have a conversation rather than running away from each other. And yeah, I feel like that's basically it so far. Very interesting dynamics. I can't believe how much we're getting of Simon. I just didn't expect that. I'm not mad about it. I'm definitely here for it, and getting to see more of the vampire side of this universe is pretty fun. But I'm just happy. I'm happy to be back. I will say I've also been on TikTok and just watching a bunch of Shadowhunter TikToks, edits if you will, and the obsession is coming back. I feel like I go through phases where I'm really obsessed with these books and this universe, and I just get very depressed that we didn't get more movies because I thought the casting was pretty damn good. But anyways, so having a good time regardless if not much is happening in this book right now. I'm just happy to be back with these characters and in this world, and I'll probably check back in, I guess, when I'm closer to finishing in case something big happens. I don't know. Also, ignore the Christmas pajamas, okay? I wear my Christmas pajamas year round and I'm getting ready for bed. So anyways, I'm gonna do some finished reading book 4, you guys. I finished it like a day or so ago, maybe 2 nights ago, and I've just been sitting on my thoughts on this because I kind of feel like this was a nothing sandwich of a book. Not a lot happened, but I think that's because we're setting up for the next 2 books. And so basically when I last checked in with you guys, I was kind of getting nervous about Jace because I thought something bad was happening in his dreams. I was right. He did unfortunately make a deal with Lilith. Like, of course Lilith is coming back. And so there's kind of like a showdown happening between Chase, Lilith, and then Simon, and then also Jonathan, Sebastian, whatever we want to call him, his corpse was there, and so they were trying to do a little ritual of bringing him back, but Simon's little curse killed Lilith. I don't know if I fully believe that Lilith is dead simply because she's this all-powerful evil creature and she's been alive for so long, and yet Simon's little curse killed her. So I'm a little sus. I don't fully know, and we kind of thought that was going to be the end of it, but then obviously at the end it turns out the ritual was like partially done and Sebastian was mentally talking to Chase, and voila, they are now linked together, and I'm assuming we're gonna now have to figure out how to unlink them in the next 2 books. I will say, if you are a fan of Simon, then this is the book for you. We really got a lot more of his POV and what's going on, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but I'm gonna be honest, I loved it because when we got Clary's point of view, Chase was annoying. Like, they were just really annoying, but when we got him from Simon's point of view, I liked him more again. So appreciated it. I don't know if we're going to continue it. I'm assuming we are because he seems like a big character now, but I did go to Barnes & Noble, you guys, and pick up the next one, and also renewed my paid membership. Love that for me. So let me grab them. I picked up 3 books. One of them was one simply because I want to read it again. So I picked up Wuthering Heights. I read this in high school for AP Lit, and I, read it, thought it was fine, but I did not retain anything of it. And I feel like I should have a copy in my collection. So here we are, picked it up, love it. And then I picked up books 5 and 6, and no one told me that book 6 is chunky. Like, I'm a little surprised at that. So anyways, very happy to have the books in my collection. I also just love the spine detail. Really cool, love it. And yeah, I'm probably gonna read the next ones right now so I don't forget anything and I can wrap up like the Mortal Instruments part of the Shadowhunters universe. So I don't think I shared my rating though for this book. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.25. Like, it was enjoyable, I was entertained, I sped through it. There just wasn't much else, if I'm being honest, which, hey, when you have this many books in a universe, I totally get that not every book is for everyone, but it was a good time, and now I'm happy to move on.